Remember we gave you this information about the mutual aid, and you guys came through in flying colors, raised over $30,000 for the people, direct aid to the people, not to some government entity, not to some NGO, but to the people themselves. And I witnessed this with my own eyes, these people getting taken care of and cared for by their own friggin' citizens. Well, I went over to somebody said go over to Round Table Pizza in Lahaina and see what's going on, and it was quite amazing what I saw. You want to talk about people just doing stuff for the communities? Take a look at this video over here, and we can show you another way, ladies and gentlemen. If you're ready to help again, if you got a few bucks, I'm going to give you another line. Check out this guy over here. This is pretty amazing. This is Round Table Pizza in Lahaina. Is this Lahaina? This is Lahaina. This is actual Round Table Pizza in Lahaina.
Yes.
Right. And I heard you guys have been doing something special. I saw you got a pizza over here.
Look at this, huh? we're passing these babies out free to anybody that comes in here.
Free?
Free.
Why?
Because we're asking for donations to help the people that have lost their homes in the fire. And so we're just turning around and giving it right back to the people that need help. Yeah. So I'm just giving back to the community. So
how's it been since the whole fire took place a couple weeks ago? I mean, everything, like from the foot traffic to the people to the trauma, everything that you're experiencing, how has it been since these fires?
I have never experienced a community that comes together like this one, and I just feel like if we didn't have each other, I don't know what we would be doing. You know, there's resources now that have come on island, but initially it felt like it was all community coming together, and there's so much aloha and love here, and I feel blessed that my husband and I are able to be here to help, you know, and we too have lost our home we're houseless rather.
Wait, right now you're houseless?
Yeah, our home's on Front Street. Oh. And but this has been a beautiful distraction to be here and not.
I want to start with that right now. She says it's a beautiful distraction. And, you know, Dave and his wife over here, amazing people being able to do what they're able to do and stuff like that. And the fact that they're still alive and they lose any life, they have this beautiful distraction. I witnessed those people at that last camp that you guys, Canoe Beach, the one you guys donated to. I witnessed that distraction too as well, but it wasn't a beautiful distraction in my mind. It's what they're putting in front of them right now and putting that tragedy and that trauma in the subconscious and burying it for right now to help the community out. That's why I think I need to return, because as the government tries to shut down those camps, and they will, those mutual aid camps, because the government always does that. We got to do it and whatnot. It's got to go through them. And they're going to try to shut them down. These people who have thrusted themselves into the care part of it, of just taking care of their own citizens, are going to have to deal with that trauma of losing a person, of losing a family member, of losing a business, of losing a house. So right now, when I said I got to Maui, even though it was 3.5 weeks after the fire itself, it was still early, Kurt. I went there hoping that I could talk to somebody who had lost a family member. And when I went there, I realized I shouldn't hope for that right now, because they're not ready to talk about it. Yeah. And they're burying that trauma. So when she talks about a beautiful distraction and being able to help that, I think she's also going to realize how much she's lost when it comes to her house, her living situation, whatnot. And other people are going to have to deal with that trauma that they've now just buried in the back while they're just trying to stop the bleeding in Lahaina right now.
It reminds me of another great tragedy, which is, of course, Ukraine. The more important tragedy. Are you keeping have you seen anything where they were trying to stop those mutual aid camps when you were there?
I've talked to some people, and that will be in the movie.
Were they taking away what people would bring stuff, and
they had two mutual aid camps over there. We finally saw the one that was set up by the city, which was a little bit closer to the town of Lahaina, but we couldn't get in. They wouldn't let us go in there because we had no business being in there, so we saw from a distance. But the people in some of these mutual aid camps were telling us that, yeah, they're starting to come around. Oh, that's what they're trying to do right now in these mutual aid camps. They're trying to comply by the health codes so they don't have a reason to shut them down. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's like the laws in Houston or whatever they made during the Wall Street protests to push homeless, you can't feed the protester kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, is that just to demoralize them so they got to take this deal?
Yeah.
It's just that, right? That's the reason to make
it. Well, it is. And like I said, all the money and the funding and all these things, I think there's some type of well, that's our job. How dare you do our job? FEMA's job.
That's
do that.
That's the middle manager level.
Yeah.
Then there's the real estate greedy developer. This is a rich people playground for many years.
Yes.
We're like rich kids, rich kids kind of F off here in LA and they do all these jerk off things. Hawaii is where really rich kids go to tune the hell out.
Yeah.
And so of course it's the highest. Of course, the highest price, but and plus the climate kind of destroys structures naturally because it's so humid.
Yeah.
So all that expense and then it gets built up, and you can only build up in certain places, right?
Yeah.
Kauai, they can't build up none of the Nepali coast and none of that. Mm-hmm. So that's like prime people waiting to just steal somebody's land.
And the funny thing is that I know they're going to eventually try to push out those mutual aid camps, right? But yet, pretty soon they're going to cut the cord on the housing. In other words, the hotels and whatnot. Pretty soon they'll be like, all right, no more housing for you guys. Figure it out. Time to go here. Either leave the island, go somewhere else, or go stay with somebody. You know what I'm saying? Pretty soon they're going to cut that umbilical cord. That's going to be done. But yet they're going to try to stop the mutual aid camps from operating.
Will they risk it before the Biden and Trump final battle or after?
Oh, it's coming any day now.
Okay.
That's why the media has buried it. That's why the media isn't talking about it. And that's why, I know I have to go back to witness that because they're going to cut that immediate umbilical cord. Remember I told you the plane ticket was dirt cheap. The car was dirt cheap. The only thing that was a little pricey was the housing. Why? Because they put up some families in a lot of these hotel rooms and Airbnbs. Not to mention that they didn't do it to everybody. A lot of the families had to go stay with family members, and there was 20 people living in a 2-bedroom and shit like that going on and stuff like that. But also the workers from the Red Cross and FEMA were put up in these hotels, and there was even a story that some of them were staying in $1,500 hotels. Right? No, they're not sharing the rooms or nothing. 2 people for a 2-bedroom suite. That's $1,500. They're absorbing all those rooms, and that's driving the prices up of the Airbnbs and everything else.
That's why you doing that with that fund is so good because so many of these charities, like I won't at a grocery store give any my change anything through a drugstore or a grocery store. Yeah. Because I'm so sick of that where somebody makes 6 figures to go fake do things, and then the ultimate money that goes from bigger charities than the one you promoted, that's about how much you actually give. The amount, like 30 grand at best, and there's millions going to.
Dude, even the one that The Rock and Oprah set up, they saw it was a company that's going to have people who get paid jobs, and they're going to get paid through the money you donate. The money we donated, ladies and gentlemen, Jimmy Dore Show went directly to the people. Play the rest of this.
Be focused inward and trying to focus on helping our community to heal from this tragedy. Yeah. I feel like it's like we're in a horrific movie.
I left about 5:30 in the morning. My lovely wife had a doctor's appointment around 11. Right?
Now I'm gonna fast forward this really quickly. Can you hit the volume and turn it off real quick on that one? I'm gonna fast forward to get to the end because you can see the movie Lahaina on Fire. That it's gonna talk about the story of what they witnessed. Right? I just want to make sure that I can plug their GoFundMe and their Venmo now, because what this guy's doing, Dave Mello, is he's taking money through his Venmo and then he's sharing it to families who need it. So he's telling people, I'm not taking any money for the pizzas. Come and get yourself pizza, get yourself a drink, get whatever you want. Just put some money in the donation box. If you ain't got any money and you can Venmo, do so. And if you ain't got no money, don't worry about it. Just take a pizza or 2 and get the hell on out. So it's just an amazing story, and you'll get to hear their story of what they witnessed, because she almost canceled her appointment that day. She had a doctor's appointment, and if she canceled it, she might not be here to tell the story. But she decided to go to make sure she went ahead, and that's why she's here today. But this guy, Dave Mello, and you can see it, the Venmo, Jube Mello, it's amazing. And I'm going to just go a little bit quicker, really fast, so we can show this. I should have cut it up myself. It's a long one, but take a look really quick. I'm going to play the rest of it right now.
If a police officer or fireman is directing you a certain way, you're going to trust that they know what they're doing and they're leading you the right way. Yeah.
I was asking her why the cops were stopping her, because she was stopped for hours, whatnot. Did they tell her anything? She said no. She couldn't understand why they were stopping her, but once again, you're going to trust the police officers. This guy, Dave Mello, said, don't blame the police officers. They were doing what they were told.
I'm sure they were.
They would believe that they were doing was the right thing, Kurt, that they believed that the wires were still armed, and they weren't.
The what?
The wires, all the wires that fell down from the winds, they thought they were still active.
So they thought they'd go, okay.
So they didn't want people driving through, they said, because they thought they might get electrocuted if they do so.
That's good that you found that out.
Yeah, well, that's what you do when you go to these places, right?
Armchair quarterback. You know, there's a lot of mistakes made. Like,
And he's saying, don't armchair quarterback the situation.
Stuff like that. Mistakes are made, yeah, but they do the best they can. They were not running away from the fire; they're running to the fire, trying to help people.
Yeah.
So I think it was just not. It was they weren't ready for it to happen like that. I believe it was miscommunication.
Yeah.
And like I said, everybody they were trying to do what they thought was best.
Yeah.
You know, but you got people wanting to help people over here. Everything you saw the first 5, 6, 7, 8 days was all local help. The Molokai were coming on boats, and everybody bringing boats.
Yeah, I saw that.
Supplies and everything else. You know, FEMA. I was watching TV, and they're saying we got this, we got that. I wanted to throw a rock through the TV because that lady's speaking nothing. Nobody
Talk
saw
about that
anything
lady.
from FEMA or the
Nothing.
Nothing
Yeah.
the first few days like that. Now, different story. Down
Yeah.
here, Red Cross has been great. FEMA's been great, but I thought they were very slow
in the
on
beginning.
reacting. President Biden took him 13 days to come over here.
Yeah.
Come on, the same day he gives us $700, but he gives Ukraine $50
See what I'm saying? They all
billion.
mention that.
That's
I hope
a
they
sign.
And this
remember
guy, and this guy's guy, he's kind of like, he believes that they tried to do the best they could. He's even saying, look, Red Cross now coming
You
around.
hear it, yeah.
FEMA's coming around. It took us some time. I wanted to throw a rock through. Police, you don't armchair quarterback the situation. The police did what they thought was right. You know what I'm saying? You have people like this, and that's what I'm saying. You have people out there that
Yeah,
still
it's
believe
good
that
to
the
hear,
government
'cause,
tried
yeah.
to do the right thing.
No, you want to hear what the people are saying right there.
Yeah.
The thing that, you know, what I will armchair quarterback is, it took them how long to get there? Now, why is that? To not step
13
on,
days you're talking about?
step on some political toes of somebody's that's what it sounds like to me.
Kurt,
Like,
he was on vacation.
well, not just that, like all the media, that's the craziest thing, is the media should be talking about this like it's Katrina.
Yeah.
Just like they should have done with East Palestine, Ohio, too, by the way.
But once the Katrina situation sorted itself out as far as the crisis itself, the media packed up and went home too as well,
It was
and left
still-
those people just to sit there and die and not
I know
go. Yeah.
that was not that good, but I mean, it was a mile away from.
Yeah.
This is like a rich people playground that burned it. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's what's shocking to me. I knew they did this to all like the poor people.
Yeah.
I didn't know they just did it because if you were a Democrat, right, and you're like, well, you shouldn't have voted for. People said about Palestine. Oh, you shouldn't have voted for Trump.
Yeah.
This is a 2-to-1 Democrat state.
Yeah.
That's what you get.
Yeah. And I got to say this much too as well as we finish this part up over here as well. You know, getting the money directly to the people is so important. You never know what they're going to spend it on, how they're going to spend it, what's going to happen and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's great you did that, man.
But this guy showed me too as well. Like, he was showing me his Venmo. And he was like, look, I took all this money in. Look how much is going out. And he's going to explain that right now. And I just got to say that right off the bat, I did feel like I trust this guy. And that's why I highlighted him as one of the people to help out, because I believe, and I saw right in front of my face, people coming in there, grabbing pizzas and sodas, and him like, go ahead, take it. His wife, you know, hugging the people, saying, we'll get through this. So I really believe that they were helping the community out a lot better than, the government entities that didn't show up their
Hawaiians are
asses.
like that. It's just there's a bunch of real rich your Mark Zuckerberg's private section kind of people that show up there, but they are like that. That's what it's like a paradise, and people have that kind of.
Well, I'm not going to let this story die, and let's just listen to the rest of Dave Mello and what he's got to say.
Do you have a message for the people in the mainland right now that are so scared because they're watching mainstream media? They don't want to be disrespectful and come here. Do you have a message to them, being a business owner, to tell them something?
Yeah, first off, listening to Josh Green is a big mistake. Okay?
Governor?
Closing down all of Maui was pretty stupid. You got the whole other side of the island, which is fine, which is Wailea, Han, and all that stuff. If you want to come to Maui, please go to that side until we heal our wounds here in Lahaina.
Yeah.
But you go on the other side, open. My business in Kaului, I'm down 50%. Why? Because all the tourists left.
Yeah.
Everybody sent everybody home.
Which is dangerous for the people on the island, because 80% of the revenue comes in from tourism. And like I said, just like this dude said, and then the New York Times said it, right? They show all the cars that are off on the side that you're normally on the road. Just lots of, Kurt, it was crazy when you're driving by the airport. It's just lots of cars. I mean, LOTS, not lots of, but a lot.
Yeah, right.
And it's just all these cars that are normally on the road are not on the road right now. It was crippling to the people. New York Times came around and said, oh my God, we have to call this out, because people like myself were going, hey dude, I just went over there and there's a bunch of people on the island that need you to go over there right now and go spend some money, spend it with the locals. And that's what Dave's talking about. He has another business on the other side of the island. It's down 50%. We got the coconut guy, my friend, down 99%, rib guy down 99%, on Hana, the other side of the island. And so many people I talked to in the street said, yeah, the governor, some people who were nice about the governor, I think the governor just worded it wrong, and he shouldn't have said that Maui's closed. Aquaman, whatever that jerk-off's name
What
is.
an idiot.
Same thing. Let me
The
just finish this
governor,
up.
I mean,
It's just dumb. That's why I'm saying it's like an orchestrated gentrification.
But come to Maui, enjoy the beauty on the other side of the island until we heal our wounds here in Lahaina. Once Lahaina gets back open, when would that be? I don't know. But right now, go to the other side and, spend your money, please. You tourists, we need the tourists to survive.
You got it. We're giving out these beautiful pizzas here, and this is awesome. You guys are doing an amazing thing. This says donate Lahaina Strong. This is the Venmo, Jubmelo, and you got the name Dave and the phone number. Where is this money going to if people donate? Because I see you guys giving away pizzas for free. I think it's amazing. But where is this money going?
That's a good question. Okay, as people come in, I find out that they lost their home, and sometimes there's multiple families that have lost homes.
Yeah.
I'm giving the money I get from the tips in there, that goes right back to them. I'll give them $200, $300 at a time. Victims that I know, like some of my friends and other people have lost their homes, I've been giving $1,000 here, $1,000 there. I mean, it's not much, but it's a little help here and there. So it's going right back to the community. Nothing stays with me. It's all going back. And I've had some pretty generous donations by some of my friends.
Yeah.
Round Table Corporate and my fellow franchisees back in the mainland. They're all donating, the pizza and pepperoni, salami. So it's allowing me to give away these free pizzas to the people. Yeah. Without them, I couldn't do it. Right now, I'd be going, I'd be losing money.
Yeah.
Well, I am losing money, but I'm taking care of the people.
Well, I'm glad there's people like you out here doing this great work. Can you tell us your names again one more time to the camera?
I'm Dave Mello, and this is my beautiful wife, Christian. And I feel blessed to have this woman. All the catastrophes is their catastrophes, but look what I get right here. So God bless me to have this beautiful lady. And God bless everybody. May Lahaina come back strong. Thank you.
Yes, God bless you guys. God bless you. Dave and Christian, right? And make sure we get this over here, guys. Help this out. Right here's a Venmo. We've been telling people donate directly. It's awesome that finally the FEMA seems to be getting their ass together, and same with the Red Cross. But it was the community right out the gate we saw helping each other, and I'm going to trust the people in the community to do the right thing. Dave and Christian here, Round Table Pizza in Lahaina. Help them on out. We'll see you later. Yeah.
I think he had made a point to come show me.
You can see all the minuses that you're helping people out. Yeah. You're doing great things. I'm glad we got.
He showed me. He made it a point to come show me. Hey guys, look, I want to show you all the money that's going out. And I said, you know what? I'm going to trust you rather than trusting FEMA, the Red Cross, and this government. Guys, Venmo, Jude Mello, support directly the Community Action Act.
Hey, come see us on tour. We're going to be in Tampa, Boca Raton, Orlando, Dallas, Houston, San Diego, Bloomington, Illinois, Indianapolis, and Levittown, New York. Wow, that's a lot of dates. See you there.